What's up, guys? And quickly write down in the chat box how is your exam and how much marks do you expect. Okay, now I'll be solving 56 to 70 of, of a set of a paper. I don't know which set it is. It may be A, B, or C. Just match the questions. You have your question paper with you. Just match the question. Okay. And so let's get started. See, first question was indicate the product X and Y in the following reactions. What was the reaction? This was Na2S plus N sulfurs, it gives X. And second reaction was Na2SO3 plus sulfur, it gives Y. So this is a direct question from inorganic chemistry. Here Y will be your Na2S2O3 and X will be your, see how many S is here, NS, and how many S is here, 1, so N plus 1 S, so this will be Na2 into S of N plus 1. This was a very simple question, but I'm telling you these answers I have done myself. There may be some discrepancies. Just check with any official answer key when it comes. Okay, but for now you can consider that B was the correct option. So now let's go to question number 2. So see, in this question it is asked a solution is made by a concentrated solution of cobalt nitrate with a concentrated solution of what, sodium nitrite in 50% acetic acid. This, the reaction of this and this under 50% acetic acid, it forms a complex compound which is this Na3CO NO2 whole 6. This looks like this. CO, here will be 6 NO2. This is the complex part. What, secondary ion, and this is the primary ion, like 3 Na plus. Now this is the reagent. Okay, now if you add a metal, which metal, potassium, in this, then it gives a yellow precipitate. Okay, so this is, you can say, a reagent. And if you add this metal to a salt containing metal M, and which metal, potassium metal. So basically it's, this is a question from your analytical chemistry. This is the test of cobalt nitrite by using potassium salt, but this salt containing metal M is potassium. This metal is potassium. Okay, if you add potassium, some salt of potassium in this will give you a yellow precipitate. So this answer is C, C, potassium. Okay, now, okay, sorry, now come to the third question. This is a very simple question from your NCERT. See, this reaction you just see, which ore, in the extraction of which metal this reaction is present, this self reduction. This is some sulfite ore, right? And after you reduce this sulfur ore using you oxidize this sulfur ore using oxygen, it gives M2O, and this undergoes what, self reduction, is M2S plus M2O. This gives 6M. Which metal is this? You will find in your NCERT. This is copper. This gives scalic copper. There are scales in this, the copper you obtain. You remember? So the answer will be B. So here the answer will be B. Here the answer will be C, potassium, and in the first one the answer will be B. So now let us come to question 4. So this is also a very simple question. The question is a big bit, but it is a simple question, because you know a white precipitate, when heated, when you heat a white precipitate, it gives what, a white residue. It gives a basic white residue, basic in nature. So basic in nature, you know that it will be some basics, it will be salt of some basic, what can I say, alkaline earth metals or alkali metals, right? So you know that when sodium bicarbonate is heated, it gives a white residue. So this is the precipitate white PPT. This when heated gives you the solid residue. This is the clue of the question. And you also know when this odorless gas is CO2. When it is passed through ammoniacal solution of NaCl, this gives you NaHCO3. So the answer will be D. Okay. So number 59's answer will be D. See the question and match your answer. Now come to the next question. So a saturated solution of BaSO4 at 25 degrees Celsius is this is the concentration. Okay. Now you know that solubility, the solubility product is this salt will ionized like this, Ba plus plus SO4 minus. So its solubility, if I take if I take this one S and this I take on S, so it will be S to the power 1, S, this is S plus and this is S minus, say. So S plus to the power 1 and S minus to the power 1. Okay, so this is the concentration of Ba plus and this is the concentration of SO4 minus. So this will give you the what? This will give you the ionic product of this salt. But you see here is a common ion. The common ion is Na2SO4. Now this is a salt that dissociates completely. This is a sparingly soluble salt. Okay, and this is a salt that ionizes completely in water. So this will give you 2Na plus plus SO4 minus. So when we will write the concentration, say this is S, and so total SO4 minus concentration will be how much? It will be S plus what? The concentration that you are getting from Na2SO4, this is 0.1 molar because it will ionize completely, so S plus 0.1. Now this will give you 4 into 10 to the power minus 5. So you see this S, if we compare to 0.1, you can solve this equation, but this is a waste of time and also answer will not come in that way. So you can do one thing, you can, as S is very less compared to 0.1, neglect this S. So it will be 0. So I am writing here, it will be 0.1 into S will give you 4 into 10 to the power minus 5. So S will be 4 into 10 to the power minus 4. So the answer will be option D. Okay. Please check the answer when the official answer key comes out. Now you can be sure with this answer. But if there is any error, then do a bit of research. Also, I will also tell in this platform that the answer would be this and the possible region may be that one. Okay. Now, H3O plus shape. They are asking the shape of H3O plus. So, what is the central atom O? How many valence electron it has in its cell? 6. How many monovalent atom that is connected bonded with it? 3. So 6 plus 3. And how much positive charge? Minus the total positive charge, that is 1 by 2. So this will give you 8 by 2, that is 4. So the hybridization is sp3. Okay. Now you will say that is with sp3 hybridization the geometry is tetrahedral. Yes, geometry is tetrahedral, but they are asking about the shape. Okay. Now you see in H3O plus, this is O, this is H, this is H, this is H, and here is a lone pair. Okay. And this will push these 3 atoms a bit and show the overall shape will be pyramidal, not tetrahedral. If it was CH3, then the shape would have been tetrahedral. Geometry also tetrahedral, shape also tetrahedral. But since there is one lone pair, so the shape will be pyramidal, not tetrahedral. Okay. So answer will be B. This I think question number 61. Yes, 61 is B. Now this question is a bit confusing. I have not solved this question. Keep this question on hold. I will let you the answer in the official our channel. Okay. Now this is a very again simple question from inorganic chemistry. A solution of NaNO3 when treated with a mixture of zinc dust and A yields ammonia. Okay. So NaNO3 plus A plus Zn, this gives you ammonia, NH3. So what is A? This is a simple question from NCERT. A will be caustic soda, that is NaOH, right? This will be NaOH. So answer will be A, 63A. Okay. Now come to the next question. Indicate the number of unpaired electrons in K3 FeCN whole 6 and K4 FeCN whole 6. What is the atomic number of Fe? It is 26. So I can write it neon. Is it neon? No, sorry. It's argon into, say, 4s2 means 20, and 3d, how much? 6. So but here you see Cn is negatively charged, so Cn's charge is -1, so total negative will be -3, sorry, -6, and K is +3, so Fe must be in +3 state for neutrality of this compound. So Fe is in 3+. So what will be Fe3 plus? Fe3 plus atomic configuration, it will be Ar and 3d5, right? So if I draw the d orbital, this will be, there will be 5 electrons, but you see this is a strong field ligand, so it will pair up the electrons, so it will pair up 2 electrons, so this will pair up 2 electrons, and so number of what can I say, unpaired electrons that will be left will be 1. You see only one unpaired electron will be left, so this one will be 1. Okay, so you can mark A, but let us find also this one, this compound. Here you see total negative charge is -6 and K is +4, so Fe must be in +2 state. So Fe2+ configuration I can write Ar into D6, so D6 I can write in this way. D6 I can write here, here will be 2 electrons, here will be 4 electrons, single, but Cn is a strong field ligand, so it will pair up the electrons, so these 2 electrons will pair up and these 2 orbital will be free, so number of unpaired electrons will be 0 here, so the answer will be A. Okay, don't see this, the answer will be A. Okay, so now come to 65. This is also similar type question. See, lot of questions came from coordinate chemistry. Coordinate chemistry is a very important chapter for WBJE. I told before, which of the following compounds have magnetic moment identical with this one? So what is the atomic number of chromium? Quickly write down in the chat box. It is 24, right? So this is in this is neutral, so Cr is in +3 state, so Cr +3 will be this one, argon into 4s0, and there was 4 electrons in the valence in the D, but due to as it is +3, so 2 electrons will go from S and 1 electron will go from D, so it will be 3 electrons will be left in D, so 3d3, right? So there will be 3 unpaired electrons in this one, 3 unpaired electrons. So now let us find how many unpaired electrons is present in this one. Here a number of unpaired electrons present will be, I think, 2. Just cross check it. Here it will be, since Mn is in which state? Mn is in 3+ state, so here number of unpaired electrons will be 4, and here the number of unpaired electrons will be 5, because this is weak field ligand, no pairing up will take place, and Mn 4+, means Mn is in 4+ state. Here the number of unpaired electrons will be 3. So for equal magnetic moment we need the number of unpaired electrons same, so answer will be D. So 65's answer will be D. Okay, now let us come to question number 66. Which of the structure has delocalized pi electrons? Now this is a bit tricky question, because you see in O3 the pi electrons are delocalized, you know, but in HCN is it delocalized? Because you see the structure of HCN, HC triple bond N, this electron localizes, because sometimes it goes on N and it forms negative and here positive, so you can say this is localized. but also it is not localizing over whole of the compound. So the answer may be A, may be D, but for sake for now consideration, we are considering an option D as the correct answer because localization is there. So 66 answer will be D, but just check it after the official answer key comes. Okay. Now let us come to this one. So the maximum number of atoms that can be in one plane with the molecule of para-nitrobenzonitrile. This question, okay, I have solved it. See, first let us draw the structure of para-benzonitrile. So this is C, this is triple bond N. Yes, see, and the structure of para-benzonitrile is this one, and here we have N, O, and O double dash. Here it is minus, here it is plus. Now you see, this is sp hybridized, this carbon atom, this N. So this is a linear molecule. You see, this is in this plane only. Also you know benzene is sp2 hybridized. So the whole benzene is in this plane only. With its, here is one hydrogen, here is one hydrogen. These are in this plane only because these atoms are sp2 hybridized. And also this N is sp2 hybridized. You calculate this N, you will get sp2 hybridization. So these oxygens are also in this plane. So total how many atoms are in this plane? 1, 2, 6 carbon, 8 plus 4 oxygen, hydrogen, 12 plus nitrogen and 2 oxygen, 15. So the answer will be D. Okay. 67's answer will be D. Now let us consider the second last question. This is which of these in para-nitro N, and dimethyl cannot be represented by which of the resonating structure? This is a very lame question because you know nitrogen cannot form 5 bonds, and you see this structure has 4 bonds, this structure has 4 bonds, nitrogen is making 4 bonds, but here in 2 and 4 nitrogen is making 5 bonds. This is a absolutely absurd idea. So 2 and 4 will be the answer, that is B. So this was a very simple question, right? Now come to the last question. The exact order of boiling points of the compound N-pentane, isopentane, butanol and 1-butanol. You know very well that butanol has hydrogen bonding, so its boiling point is a lot more than butanone, than pentane and then N-pentane. So butanol will be the will have the highest boiling point, followed by butanone. Why? Because you know if carbon bonds with oxygen, this type of structures have a higher boiling point than the normal carbon chains. Now the main problem question is between which one has more boiling point, N-pentane or isopentane. I think you have read that straight chains have a larger surface area, so its boiling points also increases as the surface area increases. But neopentane, you see, this is a bit condensed structure, so its surface area decreases. Okay, its surface area decreases, so it has a lower boiling temperature. So the order will be first butanol, then butanone, then N-pentane, then isopentane, B. So the correct answer for 70 is B. So here we come to the end. Thank you for watching it. I guess you can count your each and every student counts their marks after giving the exam. You see your solutions, we will give all the solutions, just see that which one you have got correct, and accordingly you calculate your marks. Also we'll give videos on this time how the paper was tough or easy, and what can be the marks cutoffs for different colleges and all. So stay tuned and stay safe. So okay, look here, I guess I have skipped one question. So this was question number, yes, this question. So cyclo-18 carbon is an allotrope of carbon with molecular formula C18. It is a ring of 18 carbon atoms by single and triple bonds. So see, this cyclo-18 carbon we can write in 2 ways. Okay, this allotrope. See, you write how many C's? 18 C's you will write. Okay, I am just showing 5 carbon atoms. Either you can apply double bond, double bond, double bond, double bond in a cyclic structure. Another structure that you can draw is write 18 carbons in a cyclic order, like I have written only 5, here are more 13 atoms, and connect them by alternative triple and single bonds. Like this will be triple bond, single bond. So his 4 valencies are satisfied. This will be triple bond, this will be single bond. So this will be single bond, again this will be triple bond. So you see that if I have in a cycle 3 carbon atoms, how many bonds I need? 3. Means that this can be double, triple or something, that is not an issue. Means main thing is that you have 3 carbons in a cycle, 3 bonds, inter bonds will be there. So 18 carbons, 18 bonds will be there. Now you see alternate triple and single bonds. So how many triple bonds will be there? 9 triple bonds and 9 single bonds, sorry, not double bonds, single bonds. And here in this structure there will be 18 double bonds. But there it is asked this structure of cyclo 18 allotrope. So number of triple bond they have asked, this will be 9.